first map, Lotus here, getting right into the action. And I think we're going to see a similar comp here, Fish, from Ultralight. Excited to see if there's any changes maybe on the side of Rendezvous, but so far looking pretty standard. I would expect Vision to go Sova here, but this is interesting. Oh,
sorry, double sentinel. Double initiator with the Omen as the solo controller. They don't have any extra vision blockers, so it's going to be quite hard to take this A site with the outer chamber lurk. So I reckon we're going to see a lot of B hits.
Yeah, and if I remember correctly, I mean, Ultralight do the same thing though, the solo smokes. So if anything, I think that's what evens the playing field in that regard. But I do agree with you that the Viper is really good on this map, or just an extra smoke period. I think Rendezvous play very well around it.
Yeah, I agree. I'll see what happens. Rendezvous defend first. Try to make some early predictions. I think we're gonna have an A bro. But also, Ultralight go for this jet, not the raise. Really weird there. They have no need to fight this A bit. They basically cannot take much rebel control unless it's just with the Gecko mod and the breach stun. That's so much util used immediately at the start of the round.
That's true. And that is usually what they do actually on this map, which is interesting. I'm personally not a big fan of Jet on Lotus, but I noticed Ultralight play it, and I mean, it worked for them in their map against Spectrum, so more power to them. But at the same time, does it really mean a lot, though, it working against Spectrum? I'm excited to see how it fares against this comp of Rendezvous, to be honest with you, because it's a more realistic matchup for them. They're going to be tried and tested on this comp against this team, because they finally have a good matchup, you know?
Yeah, I know what you mean. We'll get into it now. Looks like we're going to have a bit of an A hit, but it might be a default actually, the turret. Oh, you're going back. Also, notably, we see Chamber getting ready to fight the C mound area with the TP and Waterfall.
Yep.
But there's no one there. It seems just like a Gecko flash. That's it. Still, 40 seconds.
And it's crazy too because that's a pretty standard call from Wild Ray too. He likes those 4 stacks during the pistol round here, and then he'll play solo towards another site.
Yeah. To be honest, we're gonna have a big run with it.
I think this happened last time in their matchup too. They were 4 versus 4 on a single site, so we're already set that up in this round already. Looking at the minimap here.
To be honest, Ultralight don't only have the breach flash, they don't have any recon, so this fight will not end well for them. Oh, but I just choose to stay back.
Yep. And here it is. This is the style that Ultralight love on this map. They try to get the early information towards the other side of the site, but they have 4 sitting out of A main, and now the rotation comes over to the chamber, and Wild Ray still looking to land a shot here. Very early with the Headhunter onto the round, but using the Rendezvous to get out of dodge.
Getting all the info on the CXQ starts to happen.
And as they push onto the site here, looks like Rendezvous want to get a little bit ahead of this one, but Wild Ray does go down. And right now, Knights left by his lonesome. Onto the site here. Looking for the shot. It's a little labored, but he does land it here onto Knights. Penguin following up in Regental with one of his own for his troubles. And there it is. Knights coming into this. He's the clutch flactor, and there it is. 3 on the round so far. And they're both split up. He's got 2 isolated 1v1s, but not even aware. And that swarm grenade comes out very early right now. Penguin playing around the mound. And Jet over towards site, and you see that's why he's playing so cautiously. He has no idea where that second presence is. And they're just going to play this one out super slowly. Coming on to the angle here, he's going to have to tap onto the spike pretty soon. Starts to tick even faster here. Looking for the presence onto the Jet. He knows where the Killjoy is. And there it is. Isolating both 1v1s, the paint shells to come through. Forcing them off the angle. 4 on the round for Knights. He's going to have to get back onto the spike, and he doesn't. He's going for the ace. But a round, first one on the board for Ultralight.
I cannot get the ace clutch there. But great round from Ultralight, to be honest. It's a good call to pivot back to that C here, and especially with Wild Ray falling, just immediately gain numbers allowing for an easy C hit. And to be honest, Knights probably should have been cleared in that position. I don't think he deserved to get 4 there. Still, great aim from him. I wonder what we're going to see here. It looks like a B stack into a B main push, and then into a C mount push.
Yeah, this is crazy. And it's crazy because the presence is actually over here towards mound. So Rendezvous could easily take this fight in here. And that ability usage there from Wildray is good because he gets that positioning.
Look at this flank coming through. 4 people ready to attack, but Omen seems aware of it. Getting ready to fight him. Wildray just sat in his smoke. Gets the jet. 4v5 him.
Ooh.
Penguin straight
I don't know. Penguin in the corner. Penguin coming around. Nails to land the shot, though. And Regental very desperate to get out of that one. But right now, the numbers are up for Rendezvous. Going into this retake. And they're closing in on the site here. Close range guns going to have to come through the smoke at some point there. Playing around the angles very carefully. Recon Bolt comes through and confirms 2 onto the site. But they don't turn around. Positioning from Regental is good. And it forces them down to a 1v1. Wildray looking for the clutch here. Drops down in the water. He hears the sound, but he hits it. And the clutch comes through for Wildray. Rendezvous with a clap back into the second round.
Great thrifty from Rendezvous there. Everything went well for him in that round. Just immediately getting every pick possible. And Wildray, again, this amazing sea waterfall kill on the jet allows the retake to be so easy and so secure for them. Not really much Ultralight could have done there. Genuinely just got unlucky. Not really. But... Anyway, we are seeing Odin come out for the Sova towards this A area, trying to get early spam.
Right now, you can see the game plan right now so far is so clear for Rendezvous. They know the space they want to take, and they're fighting the extremities they want, not letting Ultralight control the tempo so far in this game. And another alternate positioning for Wildray here. Looking to peek the off angle there, and Eve. Paranoia is going to come through, does not land, but Wildray getting out of dodge with the Rendezvous here. Foe looking to defend there, but the close range weapon of the Frenzy in Eve's hand takes him down. And right now, going into this retake, Rendezvous are down the man. And pushing right on through. They're getting ahead of the retake, too. Catching Wildray there. But Illvision with the Odin does answer back. And right now, they know where the stack is. Knights as well with 1. Evens out the playing field. The showstopper comes right on through. But the presence isn't there. The map has been completely flipped. Attackers and defenders and attackers. They come with the tap onto the spike. He's going to have to confirm it. And it's halved. Right now, Ultralight desperately coming back into this, but Rendezvous cleaning it up. Nails with 2 on the round there, and 2 on the board.
Again, another fantastic retake there. They get a bit of a lucky spam in this B main box, but it just opens up the site. There's everyone else is pushed towards the C link area just to kill the chamber. And they just cannot defend the spike. Really, really good retake. But again, Sova rebought this Odin. She might be picked up, but it might finally get value as the entire team are pushing towards this A area. And again, we're going to see a C water crunch as well. And Wildray ready on this A angle.
And you see they already have deep control of that mountain space as well. So far holding for that one way. They know Ultralight like to 5-stack. And so you can see the way they're playing it now. Recon Bolt still in hand, but Wildray posted up on the off angle. Go for that one there. He doesn't land, but right now, all of the sights are coming towards Illvision. He does land 1, but Eve going to take him down. Man going to get the spike planted here. And so far, we have a double flank here. And I like that they're doing this. Taking control of the space. Understanding where the players are. They know the retreat comes out of tree. So they're forcing them off these angles, but 100 getting that shot there does open this one up. But the out from Wildray answering 2 on that flank for foe. And they just honestly surrounded them, Fish. It was so hard for Ultralight there.
These flanks are getting so much value. We saw it in round 2, and now we're seeing it in round 4.
Yep.
Just the killjoy with the turret might not be enough. Me personally, I think we might see a timeout here. And the main thing they want to talk about is getting one of these lurks going with the killjoy with the Omen.
Yep.
Just securing some extra map control, because realistically the only round they've won is the round where they went C and they rotated immediately. Yeah, I don't think that's actually a timeout. And still, Rendezvous are going to be able to get away with the exact same thing because there's a 5-stack death ball towards C.
Keep it cool.
Ready, Wildray is there with his arm.
And they stack that early utility. coming through towards Mound. This is a very standard look from Ultralight. They like to play the rounds that way when they come towards this Mound position, but the very delayed peek coming out from Eve before the paranoia hits, so the operator taking down the duelist on the side of Ultralight, and so far already making this retake hard. Wingman gonna plant the spike, but Fish, again, a very strong flank presence here from the side of Rendezvous. But look, Ultralight are prepping for it. They understand that's how Rendezvous are playing now. And you can see the layers to the utility. The Dizzy, the flashpoint. But now still landing 2 of his own. And Knights, again, making this flank look so damn good. 3 on the round for Nels. And another round for Rendezvous there. They're starting to run away with this one.
Let's be honest. Ultralight looked like they had an answer there, but they didn't have the guns to actually do anything.
Nope.
Just with the sheriffs. They didn't get the one taps, just couldn't win the rounds. To be honest, maybe with these extra guns, we'll be able to see something changed. But to be honest, if I'm the coach here, I think I need to go timeout.
Yeah.
A gift.
Jet also going for the knives. And a 4 stack towards A. With this Omen blind. And Wildray going towards this B main area with his AWP in a cheeky angle.
Get out of my way.
Well, and they hold towards the angle, but the utility wasn't enough to force Eve off. Bladestorm already landing there onto Knights. And the duel is down for the side of Rendezvous. And that's usually a bit of a difference maker going into rounds. But you see this presence on B. He's trying to catch off the rotations. Oh, uncharacteristic miss there. He's going to post back up on the angle here, but you see one getting inserted. And he's trying to make sure that they don't take any more space towards here. The site does have Ultralight's name all over it here. And right now you see this fight towards B. He's trying to sniff out where that lurker is going to come from. And this is where the layers start to add. And it's Regental right now on this B site. Can he sniff out the lurk there? He does this time. And that's it. That takes that layer down for Rendezvous. So this time, looking really good going into the retake for Ultralight. Only 2 left standing. And a dream. Nels. He's got a Rolling Thunder. He's actually going to invest it into the round. Pushing through the smoke there is going to be Eve. Lands the headshot. Almost gets the second onto the stun on 100, but the team ace comes out from Ultralight and a second on the board in the map.
A great round from Ultralight there. Again,
yeah,
like in Pistol, they've gone A and they pivoted back towards C, but this time, Omen was lurking from this B area and managed to get the pick on the flanker. And all of that just means that Rendezvous were much weaker retake. And even with investing the breach shot here from Rendezvous, still were not able to win it. Just a fantastic round from Ultralight, when so far, their attack doesn't seem pretty poo.
Yeah. And once again, that same layer of utility here on the side of Ultralight. Foe. Looking to challenge that angle, but it's going to back off this time. And I like the change of pace here for Rendezvous as well, because you see Chamber posted up this time on A with the Tour de Force in hand. So he's looking for where those rotations are going to come through. And posted on this box, this is an off angle we haven't got to see yet on the side of Ultralight. So far, playing around the shaping really nicely in the round.
Going towards B here. Just a trip for the info. Breach ult coming out. Doesn't hit anyone. Wingman getting ready for the plant.
Yeah. And they might get ahead of this too. Look at the positioning of Rendezvous right now. They're so close into this. And the first 2 picks go their way with the paint shells to follow up towards main there and force off any positionings. Flash point to come through on the tap one of the spike. They're going to have to swing into this pretty soon. And there it is. Knights. He gets down. So far, the pick's looking really good for Ultralight, but it's half. He's going to have to swing into it. And Nels, defending the choke point with his life, gets 4 on the round and a 5th on the board for Rendezvous.
They're better than us. I can tell.
Yeah, unfortunately, seems like Killjoy's had a bit of attack issue, and we're going to have attack bars.
Yep.
But that does give us time to talk about what's happened so far. Personally, we're seeing some great retakes from Rendezvous. And they're making this chamber work really well this up, just keeping all this map control. Been absolutely fantastic from them so far, even with the 2 rounds that they've lost.
Yeah.
Killjoy back yet? No.
Just an update, folks. A little bit of a player issue here. But nonetheless, we're still here with you in the server of Lotus. Gives us a little breather because so far, Fish, honestly, this game's been pretty exciting. Some fast-paced gameplay going on.
A great game. Just to get in what I'm expecting from this round. Looks, personally, like Ultralight are going to buy for next. Even if they do have currently 2 rifles forced up, they'll probably just sell it. But the Omen and the Killjoy could buy. Maybe. We'll see something. It also gives both teams to get a chance to have a quick breather, a quick rethink of their plan, and a rethink of their mental.
Yeah.
Ew. Don't know what's going on with tech issue.
I will say, though, on the side of Ultralight, you can see the economy's not looking that great. It's a little shifty here and there. They're going to have to buy into probably a Sheriff or a Bulldog here. But otherwise, I mean, looking pretty textbook by Rendezvous. They're definitely dotting their I's and crossing their T's and understanding how Ultralight like to play around this, because last time, Fish, they actually lost on this map to Ultralight. So you can already see the prep coming through. And I talked about it before this matchup as well. This is a map that Ultralight have to win if they want a chance in this series, because we're going into Rendezvous' map pick on map 2, and then the decider is Icebox, which, from what I hear, so much prep and a lot of success in scrims on that map for Rendezvous. So this is a moment right here for them to reset mentally, as you said, and to get themselves ready to rewrite that narrative.
Thrash is ready.
Yeah, they're going to have to come into this round, after getting the Killjoy back, with a really good plan, because they kind of need a 7-5 half minimum just to be able to come back. But unfortunately, that means they have to win 5 rounds in a row. Good news is Killjoy is back.
There we go.
Already. Everything seems alright.
Nice.
And the
Little
timer's
stall
been-
action there, but timer's now down. Yep.
Fortunately, it looks like they're going straight into Rendezvous with a C hit. The Breach Stun and Omen blind ready. No other luck take map control except the Omen, who's going to go up B. Yeah. See how this fight plays out. With the weaker guns, I don't know how it's going to go.
That one way makes it even that much harder. You see them immediately back off that angle too. But look at how deep Wild Ray is posted. And if they don't come here and make presence, he's going to know this for a while. But that they're going to do. And he still hits the shot ahead of the flashpoint and gets out of dodge. And right now, the second layer is going to come in. Presumably backing up onto the site here.
Fantastic
And I like that setup
shot.
on A. Yeah.
They're immediately giving up as well for the retake.
Yep.
Knowing they have great retake ults with this showstopper. Oh, and the Killjoy disconnects again.
Uh-oh.
When she's back, I think it was a bit of a lag take. Breach trading it out. Ultralight now have numbers in a really pivotal round, but Omen's gotten through with this B lurk. And going back B. Looks like so much to get the back.
Oof. Yep.
All on Rendezvous Omen.
planted.
Oh, wait a
This round
minute.
out.
Ooh. Oh. The taps. Foe is always good for these. Gets out of the stun just in time. Paranoia to come through. Here's him back off the angle, though. He's joining his teammate. Very smart play here by Havan, but gonna have to group up a little harder here. Smoke comes through towards Heaven. There's another one in hand, but the high-low slightly comes through. Could have won that clutch, too. He gave that Breach a window of opportunity for that reposition. And that's ultimately what led to his demise.
It was a great round from Ultralight, apart from the start, where the Utah is a bit behind, allowing the Chamber just to get that op kill and lose numbers. But fortunately for them, their mid-rounding was absolutely perfect. And just won the round for them right there. And it looks like we're going to have another C fight this time. Just the Chamber there with the operator.
Yep, and there's those similar layers here from Ultralight. Wild Ray going to post on to the angle. Trying to use that rendezvous for
You should
advantageous
run.
positioning, and here it is once again. You see these fast flanks coming through. You can see the prep. They are aware that when that early utility comes out towards Mound, it's always a 5-stack towards C.
Right there.
So they're already posted on this flank, and this retake looking really good for Rendezvous already, but Ultralight are aware of this. They might fight in front of this, and there they are. Rushing towards defender spawn here is 8 members, but Wild Ray, he's ready for it.
Teleport's ready.
Fault line does hit him. Temporarily stunning. He's going to go into the angle right now. There's so many high lows here. Takes one down, but right now that's still control for them. The Rolling Thunder to come through from Nails. Showstopper invested into the round by Knights. Landing onto the Killjoy there. And only 2 left standing for the side of Ultralight. Roomba going to go through spawn here and still a Lurker to come through. And right now the Flash going to back them up. And it's still such a good retake from Rendezvous. The layers are so nice into the retakes.
What a fantastic retake again. With this Raze ult coming up from the flank, and we're finally going to get to see a timeout here for Ultralight. And again, they're going to really be talking about how do we stop these fast flanks from occurring. Because simply put, they're destroying them. Each round that they have lost was because of these flanks. And, well, they've got to address something. What do you think they'll address?
Yeah. Honestly, I think it's go for some bait plays here. They're aware that when they show the stack towards any site, that Rendezvous love to go for those fast flanks. You see how fast those guys were on the flank in that last round when the 5-stack came through on Mound? I mean, that's one of those rounds where you maybe want to go for that pressure towards Mound and maybe back up. Grab that orb, go for the pressure, back up, and get the fight in your spawn, and then regroup from there. I think that the tempo change needs to come through. I don't see a lot of like crazy mid-rounding from Ultralight. We saw a couple rounds where they were rotating here and there, but when they have these 5-stacks rounds, you have to play a little more fluid, because the moment you show your presence at the site, they're just going to rotate and flank you. And I think the next layer that needs to come out from Ultralight is to be able to mitigate that flank earlier in the round because of how strong it is going into the retake.
Yeah, I completely agree. And we're just going to see a bit of a default here with the Killjoy just set up towards B, and then the rest of the go C. Oh, never mind, they go C. But again, there's another A hit with this dart, with the breach stun, with the raise nade, with the Omen blind. Going to take loads of space, and again, give them the time to get the fast playing. And Wild Ray gets an immediate fast pick.
Oh. It becomes so readable too. It's always the flashpoint, then the dizzy, then the shrouded step on the top ledge. So that's why you saw his crosshair already placed up top for the Omen. It's wild.
And importantly, we don't actually have this flank occurring. The Jets seems to be ready for the flank, but they're just holding this rebel control. They've conditioned them to believe there's going to be a flank coming, which leaves the Omen. The breach is stuck alone on B, and the Jet cannot do anything to help them.
Wait,
but great timing.
He got past. Look at this. He got past Knights. They don't even know of this.
But Justice Chef, are they going to do anything? They're still chamber trapped. Maybe be able to get an exit on Wild Ray, but I don't really see him getting any more in this round. Because they're still looking for it. Don't know that they've gotten this timing. Not aware of it.
30 seconds left.
Thinking it towards C. And the opportunity's been missed here.
Yep.
Can't save a gun.
That sucks.
Or maybe I'll have to updraft off the box, but at that point, you just open the door.
10 seconds left.
Oh!
Well, didn't know they just turned online that one round. Great shots. Able to get 2 kills there. Brings them closer to that Blade Storm, and importantly, just 2 orbs away. 2 orbs they can easily get on this map. Looking to be a bit of an A fight here. Finally, fighting what Rendezvous has been doing all game. Even if they did lose the round, it did seem a lot better for them.
And for the first time, we see this Odin span coming through as well towards A. Try to stop, and he pushes here for Rendezvous. And what I like about this is that stun comes through, but they're not actually going to go into control into this. They're playing passively into it, so they're baiting Ultralight into a setup here. Dark going to come through. Landing down. And the Hunter's Fury to come through here from Illvision. Gonna land onto one. Not able to do the rest of the damage. Foe and WildRay following up with kills here. And so far, control has been taken easily here for the side of REBL on Rendezvous. And they just shut down that early presence.
It's a fantastic round from Rendezvous. WildRay, during that round, just walked out of C all the way and picked up the killjoy to get a free kill. And then he just backed off, not allowing the trade to happen. Securing the numbers. And obviously, they just weren't really prepared for this A fight. They took a bit of space, but this wasn't enough. WildRay's also got the operator here already.
I need this. Thank you.
Get out of my way!
And once again, another change here by Rendezvous in the setup. Got the tour de force over towards B. And the off angle's usually in main. He's over here towards site. That adds that second. And Regental swinging onto the angle, and that's how you know they're just not aware of the many different off angles that WildRay has on this map. So he goes down to it into the flank there, but right now, look at Foe. Uses from the shadows to get a fast lurk. He's past the turret already. Oof. Not able to land the shot. Havan taking him down, and bodies falling on both sides, and right now, 2 left on each. Ill Vision and WildRay. Tour de force posted up, but Spike is down. They haven't even planted it. They need to find their way into this one. WildRay landing the first shot there. Penguin gonna have to dry peek into this one. WildRay still posted up. Jump shots to bait off the shots. There it is. Good value out of the tour de force there from WildRay.
It's a great half and round from Rendezvous. Really looking in control of this map, and to be honest, if you're Ultralight, you can't be happy with that. You're gonna have to really hope your defensive side is what you practice and what you think it is. Because otherwise, it's just not gonna be a good map start. Importantly, the difference between Ultralight's comps is they do have the killjoy, which noticeably is absent from Rendezvous comp. So they're gonna have a bit of an easier time holding down this C site and holding down the extra map control. Makes rotating and lurking much harder.
Here.
So it looks like a bit of an early round default with a bit of C presence and A presence from Rendezvous.
Here.
And you can see they're very weary about the control here. And usually WildRay's the lurker, but this time it's 3 on their side. The Headhunter already answering onto the head of Eve going into this round. They're expecting that to be a lurker, so you saw them with the tendency to rotate out of the site there, but immediately applying the aggression coming out of that round. Oof. Ilvi's gonna run into that one there, and he still gets 2. WildRay looking to follow up, and he does. So going into this, it's an even advantage, but 100 definitely did his job before they went down.
Great 2 kills from them, really giving them a chance in this round. Without those 2 kills, I don't know if they can come back from it. And they need this pistol round as well.
Yeah. And look at Knights too. He's wrapping out of this. They're gonna have to hit the site quickly. WildRay looking to stall out here. There it is. And the Sheriff landing. And he's just doing so good in this pistol right now, but the wrap is still here from Knights. And that's it. Trigger discipline onto both of them and finishes off that round. What a masterclass from Rendezvous there.
Absolutely fantastic work from Rendezvous. And we're already seeing a timeout. This time it is actually from Rendezvous.
Yep.
What are they talking about here?
Interesting. Guys, we're winning too hard.
Giving a timeout to the other team.
Yeah.
So it's toxic.
Very nice of them.
Then have 3 timeouts. To us. They might just be taking a break. Getting the place a bit of water. I mean, cheeky breather. That's all they can really do. Nothing really went wrong with that round apart from the 100 play. Just not clearing the angle. There's no way you call a time over that.
We saw them do this against Spectrum as well. I think they were up like 11-0 or something like that, and then they lost 1 round, and then they timed out. Or it was up like 10-1 or something like that, or 10-0, and they timed out after the 1 round loss.
Wow, did not know this team was so toxic. And you're making a bit some villains here. Personally, we are gonna look like we're gonna see a force here.
Mm-hmm.
To be honest. Forcing just all stingers, except the Omen, goes for Ghost and full armor. And these stingers should be able to make some great work. Obviously, on the defending side, you have to swing into them. And if you're not pushing anything, that's where the sting can really shine.
Yeah. And Eve. They'll be in tree room here. Call out all of the footsteps coming through. Look to play around the angle, the close range gun. And the Spectre comes out on top. The Dizzy to come through, 100 playing the back sight. And right now getting forced off the angle, but Wingman to follow it up. And there it is. So far handling the Endeavor very well on his side, but Ill Vision getting caught out with the fault line there. And Foe to try to help him. Guardian in hand, Spike gonna get planted here. And right now the presence is still very heavy on sight for the side of Ultralight. And Rendezvous, they're gonna have to deal with this. And they're aware. The tension is high here. And the Ill Vision still going down to that. But Foe answering with the Guardian, using the Shrouded Step to fake some Phantom pressure onto the site. And right now, Knights. The Paint Shell's gonna try to sniff out presence over here towards Defender Spawn. Taking down Penguin. And we've got Havan left in a 1v2 clutch. And it's definitely possible with Knights 1 HP and then Foe onto the site. He doesn't expect the reposition, but the shots are labored. Both of them taking out their guns in the moment. Fish, that was crazy.
I don't know what happened there.
Wow.
The Stinger bullets just not hitting where they need to. The Guardian on low ammo and pulling out the classic. Wow. But a bit of an unfortunate force from Ultralight there. Seemed like they had all the advantages into that round. With so many players on Spike. It's like, as the Spike was going down. But we're seeing a level force here. This round they have to win.
Yeah.
Let's play. It is 3-11. We know that's winnable. Game's example of Fnatic.
And I like what they're going for here, too. Going for that very heavy A presence. But they want to come towards B. This is where the contingency is. And the smoke coming through. Wild Ray gonna have to check onto the angle, but still getting punished. But all four here for Rendezvous on this B site. Gonna catch out for Gentle there, but the shots are too labored, but Foe to handle it. And right now, only 2 left standing for the side of Rendezvous. Going into this Sheriff in hand for Nels. Gonna get caught out there almost from the aftershock, but Foe lands with 2. Where does that come from? And all of a sudden, this round is opened up. Tapped onto the Spike and gonna have to confirm the presence in a moment. There it is, goes for the shot onto him. But 100 getting off just in time to land that one. It is a round recovered there for Ultralight, but it was so close.
There we go, there's the round they needed. They're gonna have to snowball this round. Still, Rendezvous, their economy is absolutely amazing. They're barely even punished by that round. Still, Nels just having the light armor. Does it really matter? I don't think so.
He'll just one-tap him.
Yeah. He's playing really well right now. 19 and 8. With 10 assists. Star player. Really showing up when the team needs him the most.
Very different look from Rendezvous. You see the Raze lurk over towards A to try to force some rotations out with the Duelist presence, but this time the hit is coming towards C. Wild Ray is the tip of the spear this time. And the Rendezvous placed outside of C lobby, so he's looking to take an aggressive fight here. And as the spike goes down, you see that the play is coming towards Defender Spawn. But there's already 3 here for the side of Ultralight. Eve landing one of the first shots. And so far, the bullets just spreading through the cloudburst there. And Wild Ray still wants blood. The Dizzy coming right on through, forcing him off the angle. And the paranoia, it's just too much for him to handle. He comes off the angle. And Ultralight clapping back with 2 kills of their own. And so far, getting ahead of this retake, being very shut down. And the 1v1 taken there, it's just too messy from Wild Ray. So Nels left in this 1v2. And the Thrash to come through to find out where he is. He's going to rotate off the site and try to get away from it, but it does hit him. And Regentle coming onto the angle, going to take him down. But it's the knife. Oh, no. Oh, no. That was a nice clapback, honestly, from Ultralight. Rendezvous were so fast towards Defender Spawn there when they had the site control, but they responded well.
Yeah. that was a pivotal round for Ultralight. Might be the snowball they needed to get back into this game. But again, the knife kill is a bit of added disrespect. It might be enough to bring their mental down, make them start missing some extra shots, make these rounds just a bit more winnable. Personally, Jet also has the operator here towards this A area where every single Rendezvous member is stacked.
Oh! Oh my god.
Here.
Well,
Here.
operator death, I guess.
Yeah. But wait a minute, 100 playing in the same spot. This time gonna get cleared out. There it is.
Recalling my bot.
Full site control here for the side of Rendezvous. Ultralight looking to go into a retake, but I don't know, there's not much knocking at the door.
Right there.
It's just wise the 100 angle. Needs to go huge there, just like on Pistol. But this time they're ready for it.
And Penguin trying to scope out the shots right there. The paranoia to come through. And the fault line gonna land a little too late there. So both bodies dropping. And now Regental left in this situation. But once again, Knights is on this lurk. He's gonna try to knife him. Oh, oh no. That's BM. I love that from Knights. Just hits him with his gun barrel first.
Cheeky tap. make sure he's alive. Don't want any more tech issues. We are going to see a timeout here for Ultralight on the final round. Wow. Will they be able to mount a comeback? To be honest, this entire game, they haven't really been looking that good. I mean, they've had some good strategies, I give them that. I don't want to be too mean.
I mean, if there's any time, it's now, though. At map point, I mean, like we were talking about, this whole map veto looking in favor of Rendezvous. This is not a scoreline you want to see on the side of Ultralight. Even though securing that playoff spot, so this series still doesn't mean anything in that regard, but they're showing a lot of their weaknesses right now in these matchups. And again, this is info for teams going into playoffs, so Ultralight is going to have to find something here.
Here.
Yeah, I'm sure every one of the competitors watching this game really hoping just to get Ultralight in their bracket.
Yeah.
Or any one of these teams, in fact. Lots of material.
Here.
It's an early A take with the showstopper trying to make a play here.
Looking for the site present, but he goes up the rope. Oh my goodness. And so many bodies fell on the other side of the map. If you blink, you miss it. And just like that, only 2 left standing for Ultralight. And it's looking like the map in the hands of Rendezvous. And Foe with the From the Shadows. It is heard from Penguin, so he's looking to post up on the angle here. Does land the shot, but it leaves him down on 5 HP. Paranoia comes through, but it's a little too high to land onto Nels. So still posted onto this angle. Go for the shot here, sees his head. Fault line to come through, and the shot to hit. 13-5 for the side of Rendezvous. What a dominant performance on this map.
Wow. The fantastic map just from Rendezvous in general. Really, really showing why they're a great team.
Yeah, I mean, that was a really dominant performance. And even looking at the post-match leaderboard here, I mean, look at everyone. Look how layered this team is. Everybody able to pop off here. The assists across the board, the kills. There's so much confidence on this roster right now that, like, I just think it's a clean 2-0 right here. And what's the next map we're going into? Split, right? I think it's Split.
Yeah, Split.
Yeah, we're going in the Split here. And I mean, and, you know, Wild Ray's definitely still going to be on Chamber. And probably Foe and Omen. I mean, it's just everybody's looking so good in their respective roles. And the impact that they're putting on the board and the statistics, it's just so textbook across the board that I'm worried about this. I don't know. What are you thinking on next map?
To be honest, Ultralight need this map. but I don't think it'll go that way. I think we'll get a more dominant showing from Rendezvous, being able to shut down rounds, especially with their fantastic retakes. And on Split, quite a hard retake map. But if they can do it, I'll really show why they picked this map.
So, a Viper comp. I like this. It's a different look. Got the sky here, chamber. Yoru. What do you think about Yoru on this map?
I'm gonna be honest, I've seen it work. But it was a different comp. I don't know how I feel about that.
I was gonna say the same thing, that I'm not used to the Yoru with those other agents around it. Usually there's like a breach or maybe an Astra in there for the Yoru to give him that like stun or supportive utility from long range, but this is interesting. No true AoE.
I mean, yeah. Yoru, again, I just want to point out, really gotta work to make it work.
Yeah.
An easy aim to pick up, just control over. If you don't really know how to play Yoru that well, it's gonna show. And especially with this double flashes comp from Ultralight, it doesn't really give as much value as an OP character like Jet or Chamber.
Yep.
Ultimately, they also don't have a Viper, which I know often enough, she's a bit uncommon, but still a great pick on this map.
Yeah. From the last pick of the Rays coming in from 100 there. And before we hop into this match too, I just want to talk about Nels for a second, because he was a huge difference maker in that last map of Lotus that we just saw there. So I'm really excited to see how they utilize him on Sky here, because I do think that her tempo is a little different. This last game, he went 22, 9, and 13. Insane. 338 ACS, on breach. So I think him being an incredibly star, and I think you said this during the match too, he is the star initiator of that team. So being able to extract that value out of that agent on Lotus, I want to see how he plays it here on Split, because even though Wild Ray, he had 9 first bloods and he's an IGL, like that's just insane, the stats that they're putting up across the board. But it's a little bit of a tempo shift though, if you look at it here, because it's not a double initiator comp. It's a little more stationary with that Viper added in. So I do think the tempo is going to change into this game a little bit differently from what we saw on Lotus. But how do you think that juxtaposition is going to play with Ill Vision on Viper instead of that Sova?
First, if I had to guess, I think Ill Vision's going to do quite well in this Viper, already lining up this Lurk wall towards A, which allows them just to walk straight from A main into mid. And to be honest, probably going to be thrown up every single round. And looking already like it's going to be a bit of an A ramp take with the Omen blind and the Chamber lurking. But to be honest, for the defenders, Cypher set up B, Raisins in tower, Omen mid, and 2 towards A. Don't really think they have anything to counter this.
And that's the difficulty for me with Yoru slotted into this comp, because I don't know. But Ultralight, they might make it work. It's Eve at the end of the day, and that's one of their best players on the roster for sure. So I'm excited to see how Eve actually kind of tries to pop off on this one. But it's so different. Like compared to Jet, the styles are so different.
Yeah. Seems like we're gonna have a brawl first thing though, on A.
Right now, the Trailblazer to come through. Checking off all the angles here going into this right now. And that toxic screen going down. And you see the aggressive lurk over here towards B as well. Trying to force off any rotations early into this round. But right now, you see them going for this ramps control. And I love this right now. Because you see them trying to go for maybe that mid fight. But the regroup over here towards A just has Eve on site by themselves. Guiding light to land. Hit coming through. And right now the fake out itself does land. But Nels able to turn away from it and still take down Eve playing onto the site. And that's their anchor dead. Now a pivotal point fish in this round is going to be Wild Ray, because you see him in this mid lurk position. So later on that's going to be activated.
He's already walking up here. And I'm looking to be a bit of a screen fight.
Oh my goodness.
Penguin gets the trade though. Not all too bad for Ultralight. Nice.
One enemy remaining.
Oh no!
How did you get this? Wow.
What? Wait a minute. There's no way. I wish we could roll the cameras back, but that round looked like it was in Rendezvous' hands. They got aggressive towards screens there and took the fight to Ultralight before they could even get onto the site. But they won the gunfights, and Wild Ray's lurk came a little too late there.
Yeah. Penguin and Reginald really playing fantastic Valorant right there. Great shots, great aims, just brought Ultralight back in. And that's going to be a pivotal fist round. They're already down a map. And this is not their map pick. That pissed round kills around the board. Importantly, just want to add, they did win pissed around of the first map of the first round. Did get thrifted. So if you're a Rendezvous fan, you got that.
And already going into this, you see the close range guns taking the fight over here towards Ropes. Magento gonna try to get ahead of it, but Knight's shutting him down. And Eve, the second layer of this attack.
Spike down.
And the Bulldog in hand. Spike gonna go down, and now in the hands of Ultralight. Paint shells to come through to deny the angles, but right now it does not. Grabs the Spike, and they momentarily have control there, but Havan shutting down the lurk of Ill Vision. But there's still 3 left standing for Rendezvous. So it's gonna be Penguin. He's the difference maker in this round right now. Playing onto the site here. He's aware of the Raptors' presence. And they're closing in on him really quick. Spectre comes through. Takes down Knight. Goes for a second, but Nels trading him out. Havan left with the Bulldog in hand. Guiding Light go through. Spike going to be planted here. And right now they're looking to group up into this one. Not giving Havan a chance for a 1v1. But the Trailblazer. This is so good from Havan so far. Bait out the positioning here. And still a flash left in hand. Enough in their toolkit to get rid of this one, but they're going to go for the swing here and the double swing. And that's the kind of micro coordination you need in the rounds. And once again, you predicted it too, Fish. A clapback already into the second round by Rendezvous.
That's just completely collapsed from that mid hit. When the Owen falls from the clap break click. Only, Reckon was brought up a judge. And this... oh, sold it. That would have gone a lot of value.
Yeah.
I believe. And yeah, the Viper was gone up. Same luck, Will. The Yoru, really. Chance to make a play here.
Oh no! Regental caught off with the positioning there. Wasn't aware he was exposed to bottom mid, so that's why his HP is low here in Foe. Throwing the paranoia right on through. An entry, but right now the counter paranoia was good, and it was enough to get the damage down. But 100 able to regress off of the angle, and the Ill Vision getting that lurk kill does open up that A site, but the bomb is over here towards B, and Penguin is still the plan. Wild Ray making the space he's looking for him. He's isolating the fights very well with the cages. Looking for the shot onto Nels, and he does. Still classic in hand, 4 bullets, 43 HP. And Wild Ray takes him down. He falls asleep at the angle. Havan very low here, but Ill Vision is still activated on this lurk. He has not stopped this entire round. And there it is.
Last player standing.
12 HP. Both of them are so low, too. Spike is in Havan's hands here. So Ill Vision going to have to go big, but he's going to have to make sound on this drop. So you see he's playing around it very carefully. Havan giving him sound, going towards main. You hear the comms probably coming through for the team. The swing comes through, but Havan lands that shot. And Ill Vision, he goes down. He had the advantage there on the angle too, but the swing was so good from Havan.
Double thrifty. That's not something I expected. Both teams do actually have a buy up here. Wild Ray electing to go for the Chamber Sheriff. Got his Pocket Guardian. This round looks like a mid hit. Again, Penguin on the B site. So much value last round.
Time to jump.
And once again, you see that same kind of pressure they're applying across the map too. Ill Vision working around the cooldowns of this toxic screen.
In a bit of mid info here. And importantly, I don't think the Skyflash saw anyone. didn't actually see what it is though. Again, this mid crunch, 3 players able to get the first pick.
Yeah.
I've got your trail.
Window of opportunity not taken there from the Omen. And there's that lurk to come through. Once again, Ill Vision landing the shot, but Penguin, they're closing in on him. They're aware how he likes to play this site. So it becomes predictable there, and they're able to capitalize off of that. And still the lurk presence. Gonna have to deal with it there. And this time, Regental, he's just waiting for it. And I think they're making a go of this one too. Expending the Trailblazer into this one. Presumably gonna try to take this site. Regental, he's gonna have to find one here.
Shadows traveling.
To be honest, if you're Ultralight here, they're just looking for the first pick just to make the round winnable. And there we go.
Last player standing. One enemy
Whoa!
remaining.
Wait a minute. Havan. She's done it before. She's got to do it again. And the peek comes through from Foe. 4 on the round. And a very doable round there. But once again, it's a back and forth endeavor.
Early predictions here. I'm going to give it to Ultralight. Thrifty situation here. Havan also has lots of money, but electing to go for this ghost with the light armor. And they've sold it. Commentator's curse. Got an A
No
hit as
hero
well.
buy?
Nothing. Trying to get this Viper. For that. Great push up.
Toxin screen down.
Mm-hmm. Going for the shots. But the trade coming through. I will say I like the idea from Ill Vision there though. They're aware that he has that very heavy lurk towards A and applies that pressure so often that he stays down in ropes to add an even extra layer to it in case they rush him, and that's what they did. But he lost out that gunfight, so it's no longer an option going into this round for Rendezvous. So they're looking to regroup mid here.
Ultimate, but also collect this rifle back. And with the Yoru, being able to TP to any location on the map to help his teammates out is always going to be active.
Out of charges. Decoy.
Great blind there. Really unfortunate not to get anything off of it.
Yeah. And usually Penguin plays towards back site here. And this time, he's playing towards B main. And Havan dying to the Trailblazer there. Not accounted for Penguin, so he's able to land onto the planter there. But Knights, with the crazy movement on the satchels, gonna finish off the round, and that's 3 for Rendezvous.
Finally able to string some rounds together. While everyone's waiting for. Still, goodbye for Ultralight here, even with the 2 light armor. The only thing I have to worry about is the Omen and the Raze, both using a Phantom. Now 1-tap to both of those. But no Outlaw purchase. So I have to really be worried. I just want to point out before this round starts. Haven't really seen that much crazy Yoru stuff. Still not seeing why it.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. I think that's when this agent pick also becomes your demise, is when that tech is just not used uniquely enough. And just, once again, just a dry fight taken by Eve. Not sure of the vision on that one there, so it's full sight control here by Rendezvous. Viper's pick going to come through to lock this one down. And Ultralight looking to come into this retake very desperately. They do have rifles in hand, so Trailblazer are going to come through. If they get a kill here, they do have a neural theft to invest into this round, but a kill's going to have to happen first. But look at the positioning right now from Rendezvous. They're coming up towards heaven and taking control of this site. So important for this retake. But right now, the fight's still going Ultralight's way. Showstopper going to come through. And Penguin to push towards the angle, but the Showstopper lands in the neural theft to come through. And they rush the Viper in the Viper's pit. And that's it. What a nice layered retake there from Ultralight.
I have no idea what just happened. It's a fantastic round from Ultralight, though. The main pivotal thing was getting the Sky kill sat from heaven, allowing them to bait out Wild Ray's peak and getting a 2-for-1 trade, stabilizing the numbers, and losing all heaven control, leading to a great retake. Fortunately, though, even after winning their round, their economy still isn't the greatest. The Omen doesn't actually have a rifle.
This goes
Oh,
here.
never mind.
Oh, this is a nice one.
Now they have a rifle.
You want to play? Let's play.
Again. Here comes the up. Posted towards this P angle. And the smoke's been missed. Give him a chance to peek here.
Yeah, and I like the fact that he started this peek with the frenzy though, not really letting them know who is actually on these angles. So he's just breaking the trips right now, trying to get anybody to peek into that tour de force. But so far, Ultralight playing very disciplined around it.
Toxins going up.
But this time, 100 has an idea of the tempo that Illvision takes on these lurks. So he's looking to get ahead of it, but Illvision still wins it out. And that's it towards A. So you see that pulling off a rotation from Eve there. But what's nice about that Yoru pick is the gate crash is still over towards B. So if the hit comes that way, they still have the numbers on site. Tour de force posted up here, trying to sniff out Penguin's positioning. And you see the regroup towards mid right now.
Healing up on the Viper. Giving a
30
lot
seconds
more
left.
advantage to Rendezvous here. Dog into heaven. Didn't get hit with a trip. Wow, Wildray wins his fight and B side just completely left open for them.
Yep. That was a big kill.
Hawk out. Blinded.
Trading guiding
10
lights to come
seconds
through.
left.
Dimensional Rift invested into the round. He's pushing on to the angles to give them the pings for their teammates. And right now, you see them trying to capitalize off of that. But Havan, very labored onto the boombot. They're going to try to swing onto the angle and get ahead of Illvision's Toxic Orb.
Fire in the hole.
And it just wasn't fast enough. Showstopper invested into the round. Knights looking for an angle here. But not much going to be given for the side of Ultralight as they play very disciplined. Aware of the sight, back sight there from Nels. Or the positioning rather, but Regental landing off the shot and right now does force it down to a 2v2. Enough time left into this. And so far the kill's going their way, but Nels to land off the shot there. Regental looking for the 1v1 against Nels, but he's low HP, so he's going to have to back off.
Oh. Honestly, I thought Ultralight had it.
Clutch.
But a great
Yeah.
shot
Don't
from Nels. Just
try me.
stabilizes the round and they don't have enough time to win it. Personally, I also saw that Yoru invested into the round. We're not going to have that for any info or any eco shorty by kills.
Yeah.
And looks like they're going to, again, just try to take out this lurk from the Viper. Try get an early gun. Did it in the last thrifty. The rest of Rendezvous towards B and mid. And my Skies come over to help out. Bit of a read here.
Here.
Oh.
You see them adding even yet another layer.
Hawk out.
Nels gonna drop Regental there, but Havan to answer onto Illvision. So it's the Viper gone. And they still have smokes in the hands of foe, but you see the layers they're trying to add to that fight every single time for Rendezvous, but that time once again, Ultralight still keeps it even. But that Sheriff answering onto the head of Knights is really good there for him. And as Nels goes into the angle, takes him down, but Penguin is still alive and well on the site. And as I say that, he goes down to foe. So right now it forces it down to a 2v2 scenario. And once again, Ultralight in an awkward position.
Only they weren't actually able to collect this A gun. So still have the ghost.
Last player standing.
But wins the fight. Do they expect the Omen's positioning?
One enemy remaining.
Oh! Oh, wow!
You forget your place.
They didn't, and they lost.
The backs will be towards.
Did that say Nels TV clutch?
I don't know.
My screen
thought
said
that-
clutch Nels TV, but that was foe.
A Che $1 420 for me.
Yeah.
And by what it was. Yeah, and still having the Viper load this round. But backed up a bit just to avoid the Sky Flash. Can think they've given up. Going for it, especially after what's happened. An operator bought up for the Yoru. Doesn't matter. Lots of mid pressure here.
Blinding.
A great blinder to push them back.
Ooh. Regento. He's such a nuisance around this mid as well. Someone very hard to deal with in the position, so he's still alive, but 30 HP at that. And you see the mid rounding on this minimap right now from Rendezvous as they try to clear towards sewer there. But the regroup is coming towards B, and they know the Cypher like to play here. And it's very often that he comes towards this default position later in the round. So when he pops his cage, looking for the kills onto the kill trips. Smoke going mid. Show that phantom pressure. And as the flash just comes out, he's going to back off to the site. They see Ultralight are going for a retake in this round.
30 seconds left.
Go for a mid clear as well. Timing.
Spike down B.
Yeah.
Wow, my eyes are down.
3v3 again.
Satchel out.
One enemy remaining.
And like,
Satchel out. Satchel out.
10 seconds left.
Yeah, he's going to have to get out of there, save the rifle. I think
Great,
that was
great.
one of the weaker mid rounds we saw from Rendezvous actually.
yeah, but still great shots from Ultralight.
Mm-hmm.
And they're looking much more competitive in this map.
Yeah.
I could see them taking a win here. Yeah, this is their preferred half. This is the half they picked. Also an Ares guy. Bit of a weird buy. This raise.
True.
It's not really an Odin. So I don't really know what it's gonna do. It's also a bit of a weak
Guiding light.
Rendezvous.
It is, yeah. Guiding Light confirming the presence over towards A. You saw the paranoia come through, and Knights with ramps control. Oh, wait a minute. But Eve? What was that? Bit of a user error going on there. Just running across the open with the knife out, so gets punished off of that. And right now you see 5 standing for Rendezvous. So once again, it's another retake for Ultralight. And I've said that a lot this game so far, Fish, but I mean, they've been looking pretty decent with some of these. The Seekers coming through.
Found one.
And this is a round where Rendezvous are not getting ahead of it. They're not taking the fights over towards screen. They're prioritizing that very heavy ramp control. So that gives a window of opportunity for them to push on to this angle. And you see Penguin doing that now. Goes for the shots, but Nell's going to land them. And the trade does not come through. Nell's playing really well around that back sight. And it's 3 on the round for Nels. He's a demon.
Wow. He's one of the best players in the server.
Yeah.
Really showing what he can do in that round. Winning it. Just for Rendezvous. A pretty pivotal round at that as well. Giving the economy advantage. Allowing 10 to snowball to an 8-4 half. Which I'm sure they'll not scuff out there. Sure they'll be happy with it. Again. We could buy, but this time investing the sheriffs. Not the stingers.
Ooh.
Camera taken out.
Similar setup here by Penguin. He's going to have to retreat from the pressure. Only a sheriff in hand to deal with so much pressure. And right now you see 2 working up mid right now by Rendezvous. So they're making sure that the pressure isn't coming from multiple angles. And these are the layers you like to see, especially in these rounds where the gun advantage is not for Ultralight. So they're going to play these cheeky angles. And they're trying to clear these out early in the retake. Look at Foe, already looking for the lurk mid. But it comes through and he gets punished. So the Vandal comes in the hand. The shots are labored from Illvision there. But on the reload, Regento going for the repeat. And Illvision landing the shot. Wild Ray following up with the operator. And Havan, sheriff in hand, not able to finish it off. And 7 rounds on the board for Rendezvous. They're starting to run away with this one.
Last round before the switch.
Great round. Ultralight, they didn't really eco properly. A timeout gonna happen. Kill the 7-5 half. Importantly, operator has been bought up for the Euro. But purchase can't really be made for the Rays and for this guy. So they're gonna have to really play off it. Again, timeout called on the last round of the half, just like they did in map 1.
Mm-hmm.
Most time. What do you reckon they're talking about?
Yeah, I think this one's a little late though. I think early in the game, yeah, they looked more competitive, as you said, but I think that the tempo change needed to come a little sooner. I'm starting to see a pattern here where they're sitting back on these sites. I see some rounds where they get these early fights towards A, but it always looks the same. They have very similar looks in these early fights they're trying to take. I want to see something mid, smoke off market and triple walk down mid. I want to see something interesting here by Ultralight because right now, Rendezvous are finding those holes a lot in the round because they lurk ill vision towards A every single time. And most of the time, Wild Ray is towards B. So they just have info on both extremities while the other 3 can just fight for mid or take something towards the extremity with the lack of info. So I think Ultralight are going to need to find an extremity and fight it a little harder than they have been. So that's why you see the op posted up on the angle here. And Eve going to stay posted as well. Looking for the fight, but the damage comes through. And look at this. Look at this B main control. Regental and 100 in here. It's almost like the coach heard me. These are the kinds of positions you need to take to get them out. And this time it works because they take down Wild Ray and his lurk. And there's already 3 stacked onto A for Ultralight. This adaptation is really good right now.
It's doing exactly what you suggested with these side hits. Still, pivoting towards mid though, with the spike, there's a trip there. I wonder if they're prepared for that. And importantly also, lots of A site stuff. And the Cypher util is still up onto B, ready to be played off for this raise and the Omen. And it's such a weird position to clear.
Yeah. That's the thing is I doubt they're going to... Oh, they did. Guiding Light came through.
30 seconds left.
But the Shrouded Step going to go through and Regental playing around that very well. And because he does that, because they have that map control, it adds a layer that they have to clear and use util for on the side of Rendezvous. So as you see that coming through, it gives them time to rotate. Showstopper invested into the round, but not enough. They get around the Cypher utility, but Showstopper lands. And going into this, they just can't get ahead of it this time. A really nice clapback so far from Ultralight, but Foe and Ill Vision left. And it's the lurk every single time. Foe landing one of his own. The Dimensional Rift not finding him early enough. And still Ill Vision going to be the win con of this one. But he goes down. And right now Foe on 12 HP looking to swing onto the angle. But Regental with 2 on the Odin. And they secured that last round of the half.
A great
Switching
half.
sides.
I don't think either team is going to be really too disappointed with that. Especially after that flip-flop at the start. But this is really where the Yoru pick has to shine. We haven't really seen too much of it this game. Importantly, they are bottom frag for their team. But this is really the side where Yoru can make some excellent mind games and really just be used to its fullest potential. Importantly, for the defenders, they don't have a true Sentinel, which made Penguin especially have a really good first half. But
And right now we're going to get our first look here. Ooh. Trailblazer going to land onto him, Guiding Light coming through. And already, you see going into this round, the fight is very heavy towards mid. And still 3 left standing on both sides.
Importantly, lots of map control gained for the side of Ultralight. They did break the trip, they are being wary of that.
Ooh.
Bit of a misclick there. Putting the knife out. Still got the kill though. That's all that matters. And here we go. The TP into backside. Ready for the Yoru to take an aggressive fight. And again, another hard to clear angle. Just gets naded out. It's a great positioning for the side of Ultralight.
Enemy remaining.
6 in the chamber.
It's got the bullets to do it.
Yeah. Ooh. Alright. Pistol conversion for ultralight. Something light.
Oh. We all know what happens when they win a pistol.
Yeah.
How do Rendezvous win this? I guess. Wild Ray gets 5.
Yeah.
But mostly, they are about to brawl on the same side. And this is really when the Chamber Sheriff, the Frenzy, and the Classics can shine. But it's gonna be enough to overpower the guns.
Oh my goodness. What is gonna happen here? What in the world? There it is. And Faux, does he get out? There's no way. Fish, he got the Phantom too.
Yes. He just robbed them. Hero bought a Phantom just for Roman. How nice. So they're still stacked towards the site. Completely. I don't think the flash over doesn't matter, Viper dies.
4v4 here. Paint shells to eliminate the positioning from defenders. And right now you see slowly in this round, Ultralight start to take control. You hear the rotations coming through, but Wild Ray, he's aware of lurk tendencies, but he still gets caught out ahead of that one. And Nails trying to come into this, clearing onto the angles here.
They have to know to be here. They've had all this nice, fantastic timing. This guy might be able to get one here.
Planted.
I don't think he's aware he's getting lurked on though. Oh, he is.
There's Mayo.
Wow.
So they wear the Roman.
Regental.
Great trade.
Hawk out.
And that changes a few things going into this as well. Makes it so much harder to get into the site here. So Faux playing around it, but right now double team up, and this is such an awkward plant too. Gonna have to tap one of the spike to force out the positionings. The paranoia to come through, and Knights landing one of the bullets there. He's gonna have to stick it at this point, but the blast packs come through, and the movement is just enough. He gets right onto the spike, but not enough time. That's it. They got the kills, but not the defuse.
Player standing.
I think that's the first time so far this series, Fish, we haven't had an immediate win or Thrifty after the pistol.
Just surprised it didn't happen.
Yeah.
Good stalling from the side of Ultralight. Able to win it. And possibly, that bonus isn't really a bonus anymore.
Yeah.
Lots of stingers, one sheriff, one classic. Against all these rifles of Rendezvous. To be honest, with this mid fight, not really using the stingers to their full potential. So we're going to see a 1v1 fight with the chamber. Botting out the sky.
I like this position from Wild Ray. Didn't capitalize though. Moving into this, the fight is so heavy towards mid. Faux takes one down, but Eve answers with the stinger. And Nels looking to be the difference maker coming into this. He goes for the first shot. There it is. Lands it. Gets the second, but goes down to Eve there. And right now it's Knights. The next layer to this. And they're just looking for it.
The viewer's just
Fake
TP'd
plant comes on. Yeah. This is a crazy round.
Still on Wild Ray to win this 1v1.
Yeah.
Spike planted.
Awareness. He knows. What did he see?
Player standing.
What? How does Regental get away with that one?
I don't think he's seen him. I think the gun would have blocked him.
Oh, wow. Wow.
And they've won the bonus.
Okay. We have a game on our hands, Fish.
Did not see that coming. That's when all Ultralight have is momentum. And obviously the gun's advantage. For Rendezvous. They can make a comeback, yeah. It's still their map pick. It's still the side they're comfortable on.
Yep.
An outlaw bot. For the Omen. Never mind. sold again. They've been selling a lot of guns this round. they've been wanting to make plays. I don't get it. There we go. Mid presence, and there's no one mid. Rendezvous. This is when they're doing it. Wild Ray is going for the flank, just like on Lotus. Really trying to see if this is the thing they need, and no one's ready for it. Fortunately.
Ooh. All right. The bucket coming up huge for Knights there. Definitely a kill they needed there. That lurk could have been so good later in the round. But Wild Ray, and they're not even aware probably that he's so deep that there are two here now. He probably thinks there's only one to deal with. He deals with them, but he turns around. Not aware of Wild Ray. But the shots are labored. Oh no! The whip! Oh.
Heartbreak. The side of Rendezvous.
Player standing.
Wild Ray missing out on 2 chances to win this round.
Oh, wait a minute. Did he get past him? He really did. Yoru, not aware of the position there in the shrouded step, but Foe looking to make a go of this one. Spray doesn't come through on 100 with 3 on the round. And that's 9 for Ultralight. The attack looking really nice right now. They have the defensive setup very figured out. And that's where that timeout comes through.
This time, with this timeout, importantly, what they've seen work was these flanks, was the pushes. A couple of really unfortunate shots there from Wild Ray. Doesn't get the value, but that's got to be what they've talked about this timeout. Or that, or just holding down this map control a bit better. Because they've just been walking all over them, even with the lower by guns. Like on that round 3 bonus, they just walked straight into mid. And that's really, in this Heaven and Vents area, that's where the Stinger shines. What do you think they're talking about?
I mean, it's a pace change for me. I think, I say it a lot too, but in this, I think a pace change needs to happen. I want to see more possessive control of these angles. I want to see them heavy fight into A, hard, to the point where they're probably lurking through sewers already. Or fight for B main, or triple walk down towards mid. But a play like that has to be made into this. I think that they're playing a little too passive into this, and Ultralight are starting to control that tempo. Because they have momentum right now in this game, right? And you don't want them to run away with that. They're one off triple digit, or double digits rather, and that's where the game actually starts to be decided.
Yeah, either way, Rendezvous needs something up.
Yeah. Gotta change the tempo before they get those double digits. But Wild Ray coming into this one, gonna try to get the kill before he uses the rendezvous to get out of sight. And that he does. Showstopper coming through, didn't land, but 5 still left standing on both sides. But Penguin is so fast on this lurk this time. Different tempos have been taken every time, but he gets a little too impatient with it there. So that enables Nels to be able to use the Seekers here. And right now, that from the shadows coming through towards main. Want to take note of that Omen positioning early into this. As his teammates come into this, fake out coming through. Eve taking a forward positioning right now, and Regental using that fake out shrouded step like he usually does, but Eve getting ahead of it, and the flash comes right on through. And we just have 2 left standing for Rendezvous, and you see them playing around the angles in desperation. Foe laying down in Wild Ray, trying to save the Vandal here, but they're on the hunt. And the timeout didn't really do much here. No set plays. No protocols, no real tempo change just yet into this half. That is 5 rounds in a row for Ultralight.
It's not what you're looking for if you're on Rendezvous. But a bit of a force here. And tour de force. Still another winnable round. Not really in much of a disadvantage. Apart from momentum. Timeout might have just been a mental reset. Saying that upper map, they don't really need to worry. And Icebox next. Notoriously a great map for them. With all the scrim practice. Got a mid hit coming in here.
And Knights, the solo play there is starting to look a little disjointed on the side of Rendezvous. Not sure where that aggression was coming from Knights, but he gets punished so easily off of that. And that Neural Theft gives up the positioning. So Wild Ray goes down while he's trying to retreat to the site with his tour de force. And once again, this defense is just getting rolled over. Ultralight so adaptive right now, showing different tempos in every single round. And this is what we wanted to see on Lotus that they were struggling with.
Importantly, you're also getting online here, doing much better in this round. And as this retake starts,
Here.
this is aggressive position here.
Yeah.
Last player standing.
Sleep.
Nels taking one down, but still gets traded out so quickly. And right now, the teamwork from Ultralight just looks so much better. And you see him even spamming onto the bodies. And what gets scary about this, too, is that with this being Rendezvous' map pick, look at the confidence that Ultralight have right now into the rounds. They're playing so well together. And you see the BM coming through. And that's a surefire tell sign that they are so comfortable right now.
Been absolutely fantastic far for Ultralight. Really makes you wonder, why didn't they pick this map? Clearly very prepared for it.
Yeah.
There we go, a bit of a mid play here.
Yep. I like what they did over there towards A. But Ill Vision and Wild Ray should have been the one to kill that utility. So he forces out his position. And he's not able to get out because the Rendezvous was placed a little too aggressively. So he goes down. And all the bodies falling for Rendezvous. What has happened? They had so much momentum in the series. And Lotus looks so beautiful, so dominant. And on their own map
Spike
pick,
planted.
Ultralight are just running them over. Man.
I think it has to be a save here from Nels. No way can you get something done. And they don't really have the money to go for this. Guess they're gonna make it work. Nels has been great this map. Poor Rendezvous. Really a shining light. And well, hasn't been a great map for them. There we go, just going back to save now.
Hawk out. Blinded.
Wow.
Match point.
No more timeouts. Can be cast from Rendezvous. So really, they're gonna have 5 rounds in a row just to bring this to overtime. And I don't know if they can do it. This round. 5 A main hit. Have not done this yet. Could potentially be Ultralight's weakness.
Hawk out.
Definitely at a loss for words here, but honestly, if you're an Ultralight fan here, this is good news. And although the series doesn't mean much, it's a bit of a consolation prize at this point. Still gives you hope going into those playoffs. And right now you see the layer coming through. Gate crash going out to the site. Dimensional rift to look out the positionings. Paranoia to land. The paint shells. The I's dotted, the T's crossed. And Ultralight with full sight control. And you already see Rendezvous coming into the rotation here. And right now they're approaching this one very scared too. Seekers to come through. And it's on the side of Ultralight, so they're able to get ahead of it here. And right now the guiding light towards screens to force them off momentarily. Paranoia coming through to activate into this one. Shrouded step to move on. And Foe, the tip of the spear going on to the site right now. And Eve landing one down already, but Foe with the spray transfer on the back site. And Nels landing one down. And that's it. It's been layered here. And Wild Ray with that Rams control able to close that round off. A nice retake there and a clapback for Rendezvous. And that's their first round on the board in this half.
There we go, finally getting a round on the board. That's all they need. A 1 round could be just a bit worrying for the Ultralight. They're putting a bit of doubt in their minds. I mean, they're going back to this mid presence, but it's been working so well for them. But Wild Ray is ready with an operator in hand. Gotta feel confident here. We've seen the shots he can hit.
Yep. The jump stop there. Try to force out the spot. Guiding light. Goes a little too deep here, so he's able to stay on the angle. Rendezvous still activated here, but he knows 100 is left in that corner right now. So he's looking for a wide swing. That's it. Shouts her to get out of that one. But right now, Knights is the one on this site. And Illvision going to have to break that dog for him if they don't want to clear him, and they didn't. So he's still in this angle right now. Wild Ray winning that fight towards mid. And so far, this round looking really good for Rendezvous. Keeping the control of the space that they have. And he still has not backed off this angle. Looking for that jump spot. He knows he's stuck in the corner here. Spy cam going to grab him out. But he is still here. I love this.
There's a TP to go back to as well, just in case of any pressure.
Yeah.
Can't really do much.
And this is why Chamber's so strong, too.
Actually, in this map, so many TP spots you can put.
Yep.
But they are making the right read. A is a bit of a less stacked
30
site.
seconds left.
Still, down in numbers.
This fight mid. Uh-oh. Oh! Oh.
Here.
Oh, but the hit's coming over here towards A. And as they do that fight over there towards mid, it's Nels and Foe going to be the ones to clean this up towards A. And Wild Ray did win that fight over towards mid, finally. And that's it. A flawless for Rendezvous. Very awkward mid-round there. It felt undecisive from Ultralight.
And we go timeout. Just to secure the round. Calm the nerves. Making sure our comeback does not happen.
Yeah.
And here we go. To be honest, in this timeout, they've got to just be taking a breather, taking a breath. They've been the better side during this entire half. And they didn't look too bad on that defensive side. They're defending, aren't they? Oops. Anyway. They must be going back to this mid pressure. Getting the luck with Peng. Getting some extra Euro stuff. Still have money into the round. Probably for the entire half. All of this just to stop this Rendezvous comeback.
Yeah.
Pings towards the B site though. That's what they're going for.
Here.
The B site here, no luck. Nothing with that, just a 5-man down B. Potentially a bit of mid pressure from the Yoru. Really trying just to shut down where this operator is. And they've guessed right from the A site.
Similar setup from the last round here as well. You see Knights tucked in that corner. So Illvision gonna try to help him out from the angle. The paint shell's gonna force him off, but once again, it's not cleared out by the utility, but Eve using the gate crash onto the site. And that was just enough. But Nels recovering 2 of his own. And that was the job he needed to even things out, rather. And right now, it's a 3v3 across the board. Those 2 kills, Fish, were so important.
Fantastic shot. That's fantastic aim.
Spike planted.
The Omen TP coming out. Both at the same time.
Oh. He's past the trip. I don't think he heard him, though. I don't think he knows Regensel's on the angle. Odin in hand, but Foe winning off that fight. And right now, Penguin into this corner, but Wild Ray taking him down. And right now, Taban left into the clutch. Gets the first one, goes for the second. And that wins the game for Ultralight. And it ends just like that.
Wow. Just wow. That last round from Havan, such good shots. 3
Yeah.
Bring it out. And even if they are on the bottom of the leaderboard for that team, still, fantastic round. Doing so much.
Yeah, and a very superstar performance on the side of Nels and Foe as well. And I mean, this was such an even game in terms of the firepower, and you see it here. Wild Ray a little quieter in the series coming out of Lotus, but you can see the confidence is still there. The frags are still there, but honestly, going into that second half, Ultralight definitely had the strategic upper hand, and they were adapting very well to the setups that Rendezvous were trying to set up, and I don't think they were getting ahead of it in the rounds enough. I was hoping to see that coming out of the timeout that they took in that half, but we didn't. There was no clear tempo change to the way that they were playing it. And they struggled so hard.
Yeah, I have to agree. The one question on my mind, if Havan doesn't get that clutch, is there a comeback? So again, they would have stringed 3 rounds together at that point.
Yeah, I think it's definitely possible, but just the way that they were playing it, maybe unlikely. But that was a nice clutch from Havan. I didn't think it would end like that, not in a clutch like that.
Anyway, moving to Icebox.
Yeah.
Good map for Rendezvous. Gotta feel a bit confident coming in, especially after the heartbreak of the last map. Let me worry for a second.
Yeah, and here's the comp I was expecting, 100% by Rendezvous here, but the anomaly in this comp right now is the fact that Jewel is the one on Omen. Last time we saw Jewel play, they were on Raze, right, on Bind, so this is really interesting because that is the duelist slot, that Omen. They're getting rid of that Jet and putting the Omen in place, and so that definitely opens up a window for them to be really aggressive here. But I want to take a look at Ultralight's comp here. We're getting a potential solo Harbor. Thoughts?
To be honest, I don't think it works.
I don't think so either.
There's no way they're going to be able to get any luck and or anything like that. But the good thing about the Harbor is on this defensive side, this side they're starting with, it is easy just to have a bit of a nice retake, this Harbor wall. And they also have a Sage here, but no Killjoy, which again makes lurking a lot more difficult in the attack half. If you're Ultra here, you have to hope for a good defensive half. I'm thinking at least a 9-3. Don't really have that much attack presence. And also, no true flashes, just the Gecko. Again, could make retake hard. But on the other side of things, no duelist.
I think just based off of this agent select alone, I think Rendezvous is heavily favored. I'm not sure what the vision is with the solo Harbor.
Maybe they'll prove us wrong. I'm looking forward to it. Anyway, without the duelist from Rendezvous, having a bit of a harder attack side does bring in the strength of the comp from Ultralight. Whatever happens here, should be a good game.
Yeah, I think it'll definitely be a close affair, even though, like, if this series was, like, super duper one-sided on both sides, I would think this would be one-sided. But because it was, like, it's getting closer and closer from each map, I don't know, we might have a banger here. And I think Eve back on Jet as well is going to help the confidence with this team, because we talked about this since the beginning of this tournament, and that's when your duelist is feeling good, the rest of the team feels activated, right? And I know Eve for being a really good Jet player in this tournament so far, so having them back in that role, you know, definitely helps be a confidence booster into this. But the Harbor Sage is the part that I'm having a hard time grasping here, but I do like the Gecko, ultimately. I would have liked to maybe see a Viper in place of that Harbor, though.
Yeah, I have to agree. Maybe they're not comfortable with it. Like the Viper on this map. Especially with the shorter wall duration, does make taking that B-Site significantly harder.
Yep.
But it doesn't look like we're going to have a pre-wall here from the Sage. It looks like they just gave you a straight B hit. It's a bit of a mid-lock from the Viper. Again, I don't think they have anything to stop it. After the hard wall goes out, just can walk past it. Doesn't really do much.
And with only 5 seconds left on the clock before this pistol round, folks, we got to get re-energized back into the series. So here we are, Ultralight versus Rendezvous, map 3. And it's Icebox. Eve, already looking to make some early work of this mid control. Nails caught on the lurk here, but right now the attention's coming over towards B. And the Owl drone coming on by. And right now the flashbang to eliminate that. But Eve wins out that mid fight, so that eliminates that lurk that they could have had later into this round. So far, Ultralight making good work of this positioning. And there it is, swinging on to the angle. Wildrate, headhunter in hand, bomb does go down. And right now the Cove to come through. Try to get some early pressure here. And Wildrate is still the tip of the spear here. And he is fearless right now. Shock darts to come through. They eliminate the positioning, but they move through right together. And the Sage wall comes through. They're going to have to break this. There's a Cove and a wall here. And it becomes that much harder on Pistol as it's half. And it's not enough. Shrouded Step comes through, and so do the kills. And Ultralight with a very clean pistol.
Wow. That must have been why they were saving the wall already, expecting that B site hit. Even with the Viper ball being sent towards A just for a bit of fake info.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe that's what they're going for with the Saba comp. Trying to be able to defuse the spike whenever possible. But if you're Rendezvous here, you gotta think that you have to push up a bit more. Trying just to kill these guys. Stopping this retake from occurring. And we all know what happens when Ultralight win a pistol.
Poison orb emitting.
Wanna be
An early recon bolt. Yeah.
Poison off.
Great damage onto the stage. Forcing the self-heal.
It's like 30 HP, right? You self-heal.
Yeah, 30 HP.
Poison orb emitting.
What is this?
Yeah, it's so weird. It's a 5-stack at mid, but no real pressure is being put on any extremity. So a very weird mid-round right now. And you can just see the nerves on the side of Rendezvous in this series right now, because I don't think they were expecting to be here either. So the pressure's starting to mount going into this map, and you see the take coming A. But there's already 4 here on the site for Ultralight. And that early recon bolt's come through, and Knights, he's really got to fight ahead of him. He'll swing on to the angle, try to go for the triple click, but he's caught off guard. When the dash comes through backside, Eve coming on, getting the planter right there. Ill Vision going down. Nels to trade one out, but the bodies still fall, and it's just Jewel left into the clutch. The Cove comes through and the wall, and that's the value of having the Sage and Harp together. The stall utility is so good, forcing Jewel out of position, and a clean round once again there for Ultralight.
Wow. Again, stopping the Thrifty this time. And the Sage and the Harp are showing so much value, they just cannot go off site and try to play for some spam. Which Icebox is very good for. So there's so much use just to block him. And already pulling out the timeout.
Yeah.
2 rounds into the map. Yeah, complete loss of what to do.
Yeah, and this is where I start to ask the question of where is the mental space on that team right now? Because presumably coming out of that last map, them talking about Split being their best map in the pool right now, going down like that in this series, I mean, the mental's got to be down. So hopefully the coach coming in here talking about that mental stability going into the game, because they got to focus back up. You could see just in that pistol right there, Fish, or sorry, the second round, where the indecisiveness was in the mid round. They were just all sitting ducks towards mid, and no one was re-clearing towards any extremities. So I think that the mental stability is starting to also affect the way they're playing these mid rounds, and you can see them scared.
Yeah, I have to agree. Just another thing to point out, Jet has the operator in line, ready for this round. Really just going to throw a spanner in the works. Will they be expecting it? That's all I can think of.
Let's go.
There we go, starting off, originally thinking of a B main hit into a more of an A hit. 2 lurks towards mid and B. Playing for this info.
Oh.
See ya.
Oof.
There we
Wild
go,
right.
there's the value of the operator.
Yeah. Dry peeks right into it, but Knight's answering up. A shot.
Aggressive TP from Jewel here.
Blinded.
Kind of got to be ready for it. That blind delays this retake by so much. And this time they're really fighting for the site.
Oh, Ill Vision getting caught out there from the gap in the wall. And once again, it's a man deficit going into this one. Jewel playing onto the site, trying to bring out the Shrouded Step, but it's a little too late. And Nels, presumably trying to play for the lineups here, but all this utility just stops. He's going through this one. And the defuse coming through. He does land the first shot there, but getting cleaned up by Havan. And another defuse to come through, and a bonus recovered here from Ultralight. And the momentum's looking really scary. Winning 8 rounds in the second half of last game and starting this with 3 wins.
Yeah, I have to agree. Rendezvous just haven't seemed like they have anything to stop
Need a
this.
drop.
They're operating so much value in the round, securing the first pick, and getting that kill on the KO in the retake.
There.
Still, even with all of this, Rendezvous can make a comeback. They're only down 3 rounds.
Scanning ahead.
There goes the first pick.
In the mid round. Very quiet here. Trying to look for the contact onto site, but the operator's still in the hand of Eve. Reposted. And the dry swing gets punished there by Knights. And it's just Jewel and Ill Vision on this extremity. Wild Ray looking to activate the lurk. Trying to find his way into this one. And the narrative, as these rounds continue to go, looks more and more in favor of Ultralight. And at the wide man advantage going into this, so you see the mid-rounding very careful from Rendezvous here, but they're still making a go of this. Sheriff in hand. Vandal.
Yeah. Ultralight also making a bit of a read towards B. With 3 members stacked here on the mid fight, just 1.
30 seconds left. Last player standing.
Ouch. Ill Vision, last one left, 65 HP, and does have the Vandal in hand. And Spike, gonna try to save this, but he's gonna have to get some exits if he's gonna go for it. Regental, already onto the angle with the wall swing. Still posted up here.
Seconds left.
Does get the first one, turns around, but Havan's the next swing. And that takes the rifle out of his hands. Number 4 for Ultralight, and a very dominant one at that one.
Yeah, Ultralight just looked better in this team. Completely dominating. And I wonder if there's a bit of frustration going around in the Rendezvous camp. Not thinking they have to play this game. Importantly, if we look at the sides of just the open characters, Chamber versus Jet. It's an 0-4 to a 9-2. Really just being shown how much a Jet can do in this map.
Eve posted up on the angle there, but gonna switch positions already. So you see Ultralight in this mid round already looking for where that hit is coming in. But this is a round where they're taking it a lot slower on the side of Rendezvous. Nels already in the positioning, trying to catch out Eve. But the Icebox movement comes out, and holy smokes. Literally. But Nels is still winning out the first blood of the round. And right now it's a hit over towards A, and they have the full site control. The Viper wall, and look how aggressive that wall is here. So they're looking to keep control of the space right now. But 100 is the difference maker here. A positioning not aware or cleared out by the side of Rendezvous. He had a window of opportunity, but as they retreat off the site, that window starts to close.
That's been much, much better from Rendezvous here. Getting active with this mid lurk. Getting a kill. And it's just going to be forced to save for Ultralight. While they're still peeking, going for those fights, but it's traded out.
Last player standing.
Oh, this has to continue. For Ultralight. Not Ultralight. Rendezvous. Get a good half. The 1 round. Bit pivotal. If they can get this op down, like they did, could do a bit more economy damage, which they really need to bring this half back.
Got it.
I wonder if we're gonna see the same play here with the Viper lurk towards mid. Looks like we are. Viper got so much impact in the last round. Possibly there's another operator brought up for the Jet. Light shields though, so able to get 1 tap by this Phantom from Jewel.
And that operator has been pretty valuable so far too. I like how they play it, go for a pick onto an angle and very quickly change positions. It's kind of a box you definitely want to check with your Jet players, but Wild Ray on the side of Rendezvous is going to be that pressure with the operator. Looking for the presence over towards B main, and so far none given. And right now, as you see that high tide come out from A, the Owl drone coming through, going to confirm the presence here. And Ultralight looking to sniff this one out. Owl drone going to tag onto the Sova there. Following it up with the util, and that confirms 2 here, and they're still going for this one. And Nels taking that backside control. This is the proactivity we were talking about there. Very dangerous fight taken into that dark cover, but he still wins it out. Knights to force him off with an extra flashbang there, and Eve posted up here with the operator. Gonna have to find this value. And right now the positioning is not known. Paranoia coming through, gonna stop him from coming into this one, and right now you see them making it go for this retake. And the shot comes through, but now it's landing onto it. And right now Eve left with the operator in a hand in 1v2. But they have a Hunter's Fury for the side of Rendezvous, so the operator's gonna have to be saved.
Again, a much better round from Rendezvous there. Getting a bit of mid pressure. And then pivoting back to A. And there we go. Those aggressive fights really won the round, stopping the Harbor and the Sage from being able to block the spike defuse. Rendezvous looking much better these last 2 rounds. Now, importantly, there's one more round where Ultralight have the economy and able to buy up. Losing this round could be awful half. To be honest, Ultralight have the better defensive half for the comp here. That might not be enough for them.
Yeah. A high-low setup over here towards B. Slow, but Vision walking
Spike
into the
down,
doorway
B.
with the dart out. Not aware of the different jet positionings they can have with this operator. And that's their recon already gone. And they still got the KO, but they don't have the scan. So Wild Ray activating this lurk more aggressively, and you see him already posted up here. Close towards this orb with that pick on B. Trying to gain the information, find out what are Ultralight doing in reaction to this pick that just happened. And so far, nothing gained. They're playing so patiently. And it looks so good and drilled by Ultralight that they're not giving any information towards Rendezvous, and it makes these mid rounds so much harder. Mid lurk activated as Nels moves up. You see information. Regento here. And this is the lurk that's going to be the difference maker as Wild Ray does go down. But this is the second layer here, and it's Nels. He's posted up here. He has so much information going into this, but right now there's so many for him to deal with. He's peeking out of it. He's aware of the gecko. He drops right down, but he gets punished. And that's it. Knights gonna make a go of this lurk once again, trying to catch them off of these positionings. And while Jewel goes towards the site, gets legged. Spike goes down, but look at where Knights is.
Spike planted. My ultimate is ready.
God, there's the mid presence. Unexpected angle. Might be able to get a kill on the Soba.
Yep.
Again. Knives are also used.
Scatter.
Hard does.
Last player
How's that?
standing.
Yeah.
Oof. And they wall themselves in, yeah. It looks so good from Ultralight. They're clearing the angles. They know the possibilities of where they can be up because of the map control that they didn't have. And because of that, they're able to sniff them out.
Just let them try to catch
Yeah, stopping the bleeding of the round. Making sure a comeback in the start does not happen. And there we go. They can still have the economy to buy up here. The Soda Rendezvous. Still, good amount of money. Able to come back in this. Again, on the ult half, this Viper ult can go huge. They don't have this Harbor ult to be able to counter it. They do have the Gecko ult.
Poison orb emitting.
So what if they can choose to invest it to take the side?
Oof. That's the second time somebody got punished peeking into that angle. The Rendezvous gonna have to make an adjustment around that operator. But here it is. Null Command gonna come right on through, and Penguin calling out all this information, and you see the rotation start to come through. And Jewel taking control of this space. And once again, an early Paranoia invested, and this time pushing through the spawn, and Jewel with 2! And it's so nicely done, but the Hunter's Fury to come through from 100 now does land onto one as Nels takes down Havan on elsewhere on the map. And right now it's Eve and 100 going into this one. Nels taking that solo fight. It's so dangerous. but he wins it out.
Going up.
And right now he has an operator to deal with. And presumably gonna save. The action kicking up really big into this round. So you see both teams trying to find that tempo, find the confidence. And Rendezvous with the clapback in this round.
It's a complete collapse. Ultralight in the round. Constellation Prize is saving the up. That's not a threat here. Yep, able to save it into the round. Wow. What a map so far from the Jet as well. 16-3 in 8 rounds. That's 2 kills per round. Again, that was also playing well. 11-6.
Here.
Breathe deep.
Still. 5-3. It's a lot better going in from a 4.5 or a bit for the times right at Rendezvous. But again, Jet just gets that opening pick with the operator.
And what's nice about the game sense here as well is they know wherever that Jet is posted up, there's not going to be an operator on the other side. So you see them speeding up B now because of that. Aldrome going to come through, but Wild Ray swinging out very wide here. Looking to take an engagement there and protect his teammate as he plants a spike here, but the shock darts to come through does do a little bit of chip damage, but Foe already in a very forward position. But the Reckoning in the hands of Havan could be the difference maker. As the slow orb comes through, once again, Eve punishing onto that. And there it is, Foe swinging onto the angle, and it wasn't enough. And it looks like Illvision's just going to save here. Too much stall utility for him to get back into this one.
Wingman for the win.
Oh.
Oh, no. Oh.
He's got 9k, it doesn't matter.
Yeah. That still hurts, though.
Wow. Unfortunate whiff. Sometimes the pros do it, it's okay.
Yeah.
Hopefully it won't affect the mental too much. Still, haven't had an answer this up yet. And that's a problem with this comp. Haven't been investing this drone into the early round to find out where it is. Or any flashes, just take them off the angle. Again, just gonna swing right into it. Time winning the fight. Great shot from Wadre.
Shadows traveling.
Look at that. Lots of rotates towards this B area just to plug in the hole. But it's not where it's going towards the A site. 100 with 2 pivotal kills, getting this to a 3v3 situation. Spike planted, you have to wonder the Viper is going to come out. I know they're choosing to save it into the round. Honestly, bit of a bad decision, but a lineup is ready from the side of the Viper. On a great time from Wildray. Maybe able to get the kill on the 100.
Oh. Got the kill, but the Rendezvous, he taps it. But 100 is so good in this round. Clearing all the angles and nails. One alert. And an ace coming out for 100 there.
Wow. Again, just an amazing round, and to be honest, you have to wonder why didn't they invest the Viper spit there?
Yeah.
Especially that point of a 3v3. Pushing through the Viper spit would have been insanely hard.
Need a drop. Thanks.
For that. 100 with the ace. Already showing why he's one of the best players in this league. It's just all collapsing for Rendezvous. Even
Yeah,
with
I mean,
that
with this big of a gap, in the scoreline, it's like, what can you really extract going into this? Because they're still playing it so slow. And Fish, they got punished so many rounds just from dry peeking that operator too.
Yeah, I have to agree. Importantly, the operator's towards mid. Maybe be able to get a cheeky kill on this over. But when he uses to clear it, he dies, and that's a spike down mid.
Attacker spawn.
Yep. And they're aware of it too. And the operator's still alive. So he can tape these deeper angles onto B rather. And right now the body's falling for the side of Rendezvous.
Cover going out.
Yeah. Got the spike there.
Take flight.
Still, the Sage is alive and able just to wall off the spike as soon as it's planted.
Enemy.
Wild Ray going for a bit more of an aggressive fight. Knight's trying to get a spam.
I do like this position from Wild Ray though. He can be the difference maker into this one, but Knights gets too far ahead of it. But there it is, the spray transfer comes through, and the operator's close range. Going for the next one, and there it is! 4 on the round for Wild Ray. Headhunter. Now he reloads the spike. Or his gun, rather. But Wingman is the one on to the spike. He's gonna have to peek pretty soon. Goes for the shot there, he doesn't land it. Penguin cleaning that one up. A nice look there from Wild Ray. The positioning there under sight just wasn't expected by Ultralight. But at the end of the day, they still clutch off the round. It's 8-3, a big gap right now. And this series has turned around completely and flopped on its head.
Yeah. Ace denial from Penguin. It's gonna feel really bad. Rendezvous needed that round. Had a good chance to win it. But just the Gecko Yuta with the Wingman. Creates so much pressure for Wild Ray. Seeing a bit of a mid lineup as well. Happened multiple times in the round. Completely stops any of this mid presence.
Look at Eve.
Yo.
Oh, what? Wait.
What has happened there?
Yeah, what was that? He still killed Nels there, somehow with the wallbang no-scoping headshot. But okay. Fix it, Riot.
Oh. We
So
know who
lucky.
Riot wants to win. There we go, plant coming down. Again.
Wait, where has Knights gone? What? He's just running straight on through. Not aware of the potential presence over there by screens, so he gets punished instantly. And the Reckoning coming through confirms there's none on site, and that high tide is so good. And they still have the cove and the wall to invest into this round. So a lot of stall utility. And there it is. And the Hunter's Fury to come through. But he dies to the mosh pit because he's a little too wide on it. And it's finished off there. What a dominant half from Ultralight. I'm starting to chew my words for this comp because it worked so well on defense. Wow.
And that's exactly what they needed. I said at the start of the map. They needed a 9-3 round on this defensive side. And that's exactly what they've got. Now, what can they do on the attack without the Viper? And, importantly, without really a Sentinel, they have the Sage here. There's no way to hold down any map control. It's just going to be 5 manning fights with maybe a bit of defaulting. Not really much they can do. But with such a lead, I don't see them losing it. Even with the 9-3 curse.
Yeah. And Eve is 22-6. But insane performance so far. And Wild Ray.
There we go.
Going to this one. There we go.
Get in the kill.
The presence shifting very heavily over here towards A. And it's Knights that's going to be the one to deal with this. Still playing onto the site right now. And Eve. But the positioning. He just wasn't aware of how wide he was there. And Nels, the second point of contact here. But Eve still fighting for this backside control. And Nels trying to deny space for his team to rotate. And it's working very well so far. The Cove to deal with. Jewel plays around it. Punishes Eve on that off angle right there. And right now, only 2 left standing for the side of Ultralight. It's Havan and 100. And there it is. First pick does go their way. And Wild Ray, very low HP. But Havan playing around the smoke right now. And you see the tap. The pings coming onto the spike. They're going to have to come through the smoke and confirm it. And they're still on it. And they got it. Rendezvous sticking that defuse there was so big. Ultralight recover all of the kills, but Rendezvous, they grab it.
Yeah, and that's exactly what you need coming to this half early pistol round win. Setting up the potential for a bonus win and really just allowing yourself to get a nice foothold into the half.
Mm-hmm.
And even with that, just a bit of unfortunate spam. A bit luckier and they could easily have won that round.
Yeah, Nail Vision having a very quiet map so far.
Revealing area.
One of his slower performances here. Jolt
Ardy.
opening up this round here.
You did good.
Here we go. Tap the Python retake. With all this UTO from the Sage from the Harbor,
Yeah,
quite difficult.
it's so good. They showed the value of it on defense too, but there's so much stall behind it. So you have to pick up the tempo when you're going against this. And Jewel looking for the ponytail there of Eve, but tucking right behind the box. Gonna tuck tail and get out of dodge. And right now there's still one left onto the site, and it's Regental. Paranoia does come through, and right now the shots are coming. Havan landing the first one and nails to push onto the angle, but blinded by the wall. Still finishes off the pick, and Regental not dealt with yet, but Jewel with 3 on the round takes him down at the end of the day. And it's 5 for Rendezvous coming into this.
There you go. Good round from Rendezvous. Importantly, started to get the mark in there from Wildray flanking on the A side. Not many people noticed it.
Mm-hmm.
The bane of their first map on Lotus completely ruined them. But they were ready for it this time, and able to get the pick. I wonder if we're not going to see any more lurks anymore. But a meteor mid-fight. And then into B.
You saw the early Dizzy come through to deny any pressure towards B main, but right now what they don't know is it's all on their flank. And I like this call as well. It's a very wild ray call here. So you see them on the flank so early too. And you talked about it before this map as well. They don't have the flank utility to know that the pressure's here. So Regental getting taken down and bodies falling on both sides. But it still leaves them in a 3v3. And guns are recovered here. Nails on 1 HP. Getting scanned out there. Flashbang come through and Knights to swing onto the angle. And Nails still hitting the 1-tap. And right now, the kill's going their way. Coming into the corners, Nails looking to pick up the Vandal here. Forcing a 1v1 on to Penguin. And right now, they're looking to group up into this one. Very wide angles taken. You see Eve. Look at the deep positioning here. They're aware that they have close range guns, so they're trying to mitigate that fight. But the pressure is still on. And Nails pushing the site. He wants blood. Tapping onto the spike here. But Eve clutches the round and lining him up.
Easy.
It's much better from Rendezvous there. They hit fast and they could definitely win that round. Just low time and force the sticker, which allows the collateral to happen. Eve's known to get those. There we go, fast buy round at the half, and this is where it can all go wrong for Rendezvous.
Yeah.
Losing this, they have to Rico. That's gonna be a 12-5 then. But again, Dodge is out, and that's when it's gonna be deadly. Take a look at the setup. Lots of B control, and then with this Viper ult, not really much they can do. There's nothing towards mid, and they've seen their comp, and there's no one that can lurk. So I'm not really too worried about it, just having this overlook. And here's the flank coming through.
Yep.
And 2 great shots from Madre.
And I like the etiquette at which they're playing around that Viper's pit too. You saw Knights be the point of contact so that Nails can still play around the angle. So it gave him that opening to actually swing on them as they rotate out. So coming into the round, taking note of those small things, but he's a little too over-aggressed onto the angle, so gives an opening towards his side, but he's only 33 HP. And Knights left here with the judge. Presumably going to clean it up here. And that's it.
Let you live, but that does not compute.
Yeah, pivotal round for Rendezvous to win as well. And that could bring them back into this map. And timeout cooled. This is when they need to stop the bleeding. This is when they really need to get back into this map and back into this half. Said it before that they were going to have some troubles on this A site. But they might just have to bring in the strengths of their comp with all the store util and just focus on getting the spike planted down with the Gecko. That's what I would suggest. Any thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, I totally agree with you on that, though. Stopping the bleeding here. They're going to have to change the pace of this attack a little bit. I think there's definitely answers coming out from Rendezvous. I liked that round on the eco where they put 4 towards flank. Like, those are the small types of gimmicky things that we need to see more of from Rendezvous if they want to stay ahead of this game. And they have time in this timeout to talk about that as well. So, honestly, I think the momentum will still stay on the side of Rendezvous if they play this right. But I'm excited to see what the pace change is here for Ultralight out of this timeout.
Yeah, I'm excited to see it too. Before the rounds happened, eco on the side of Ultralight. Not much money. Jet knives in 1. Maybe looking to make a potential aggressive play towards this B side of the area just to get the knives. Get the jet knives online. Instead of hero rifle for Yves.
Yep. And already 2 cooldowns actually utilized over there. But the Dizzy in a very unrecoverable place. And so that eliminates that piece of utility. Now is already with the pick over there towards mid. It's a solo play, but it works. And those are the kinds of confident plays that you like to see. Only if you can guarantee them. And so right now you see Ultralight still in these very passive holds right now. They're going to need to take some space with these close range guns. And bring the fight to them if they really want a chance in this round.
Yeah, I have to agree. Looks like out of the timeout, what they've called is just a bit of a default. Trying to maybe get some picks into this round. And not 5-man death rolling. Here comes the site take. It's just stopped by a single sober dart. Still not out yet. Still worried about all these angles. There we go. Out inside rage run.
30 seconds left.
Look at this. Jet is in the same angle as Wildray was that one round.
Mm-hmm.
And it sucks the bottom round, which so repeats. And there's just not enough time left to get back in this round, even with all the perks.
10 seconds left. Last player standing. 1 enemy remaining.
Hold on.
Spike down B.
Could be smart,
Vanilla
but
vision. Oof. Was a little nervous there.
it's close.
Yeah.
It's not expecting that. After it's a 1v1, Spike's still not down, you just gotta hide. And timeout here. Potentially. Oh, this round I have no idea what they're gonna talk about.
Yeah, I think the timeout definitely makes sense. I know they just had their opportunity to talk during that other one, but with this one coming out, I think that Rendezvous needs to think about how they're going to make this look more unique, because I think there are certain patterns they are definitely showing that Ultralight are starting to play around, and you can just see, because that round right there, like, you're supposed to be winning that. You have 5 rifles in hand, and it's an eco for Ultralight, but they played so scared around that to clear space that they gave them the upper hand once they let them close onto B site right there. And you mentioned it during the round as well. That position that Eve had under sight, like, there's no way we should be able to get that space, especially when you have the rifles in your hands. So the passive way that Rendezvous are starting to play this defensive half is still giving Ultralight control of the tempo, even though Rendezvous won that round.
Yeah, I have to agree. But I do feel this time is just a bit too early. Really, they could talk about what they're going to stop if there's a bit more Ultralight adaptions. Realistically, that was their low buy. We haven't seen what they're going to do with this full rifle. And with the full buy, it looks like it's going to be an A hit. Straight into Wild Ray's operator. There we go, that's Tour de Force.
And with the shorty shot onto that, we're going to assume that maybe that's where the Tour de Force is posted up as well. High tide coming through, but Wild Ray's still ahead of this one. He's still looking for that pick. Nothing going towards Rafters, and the Reckoning comes through, and he's looking to get ahead of it. Still Tour de Force in hand, goes for the swing, but he misses. And Penguin, still with the spike in hand here, going to go for the plant. And the Sage Wall is good to mitigate those passive angles, or active ones rather, that Wild Ray is able to take with the operator. But as they retreat, he's looking for a kill over this wall, but the toxic screen of his own is actually denying that sight line. So right now, we're in a 5v5 retake. And Wild Ray's going to have to find these deep sight lines to get value out of that ultimate. Dizzy coming through, forcing out one of the bullets. And we get our first look at this retake as the tap comes through, does force out the Hunter's Fury. And as they dodge it here, very well done. So far, Rendezvous checking off all the boxes, and the aggression comes through, but 2 bodies fall on the side of Rendezvous, and that's 3 for Ultralight in the round. Penguin making very quick work of that one. 4 on the round. Headshots coming left and right, dropping the bodies on the side of Rendezvous, and it was so desperate coming into there. Wild Ray just couldn't get an angle with the Tour de Force, and that's an 11th round on the board into this map, and honestly, only 2 steps closer to an upset.
Again, great round. Really showing what Ultralight could do. The Rendezvous can't. Being able to spam the bomb. It's exactly what they needed to do. And now a load by a bit with a Sheriff on Knight
Revealing area.
onto Rendezvous. Again, it's just an A hit. Straight away. Even investing
The
the
thrash
get
coming. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
They lose numbers because we traded back from the flank.
Your duty is not over.
And the ult.
Yeah. That resurrection is huge as well. But there's still 5 alive on the side of Ultralight. And again, this comp is a very stall-heavy comp. They need to tap onto the spike very early if they want a chance into this one and take the closer range fights, because they do not have that gun advantage. And you see Nels with the Vandal posted up here, looking for the angles here, but he's not aware of the crossfire. So he goes down, and right now all 3 of his teammates left by their lonesomes on this site against 5. Taps onto the spike, but the pings come through, and there's the mosh pit, forcing him right off, and Knight's looking to go right back into it, but all the bodies just fall on the side of Rendezvous, and it's a flawless by Ultralight.
There we go, it just looked like an exact same round as the one we just saw before.
Match point.
Yep.
Getting the A spike down, just getting it. Being able to play off that. Now this is when I would have liked to see the timeout be used on how do we stop this A site pressure. But it doesn't matter because it looks like Ultralight is going towards a B hit, with a Sova having a fake dart potentially towards A. Maybe just that's fun. They haven't changed up the setup here. The Rendezvous keeping this Sova in the chamber towards B with the Omen mid.
And Wild Ray still posted on the angle, looking for the opening shot, but this time does not land it.
Shock dart.
And the tuck tail and dive, and right now, with the Dizzy coming through, they've cleared off all their sights, and right now, Ill Vision is looking to get some shock damage onto the planter here, but right now, it's a much deeper affair.
Spike planted.
And you can see the flanks coming right on through. Nels can be the difference maker coming into this one, rather. But Regental
Last player
answers, and
standing.
Nels with 2 of his own. And Ill Vision, he can go for it here, and there it is. The triple click does land, recovers the Guardian, and right now the pressure of this entire series is on the shoulders of Ill Vision. Recon Dart gonna come through, reloading the Vandal. Got to get a tap onto the spike because the stall utility is so good. And there it is, forces the swing, and they know he's off. He's swinging onto the angle, and 100 comes through, and that's 13-7 for Ultralight, and an upset on the board.
Wow.
Wow.
After seeing that Lotus map, I don't think anyone predicted that. Complete crumbling from Rendezvous.
And immediately out of that series, you can see the players for the side of Rendezvous leaving the server. The mental games definitely playing in favor of Ultralight there, and they have shown their resilience. They have shown the mental fortitude in this series. It's so impressive.
Wow.
And Ill Vision, he struggled on that one too. Very low performance in this series. It's really hard to recover. And Nels still popping off, but it's just not enough to carry them over the finish line. And the performances were just inconsistent across the board. In a 2-0 fashion for Ultralight. Or 2-1 rather. Man, Fish, what a series.
What a great series. So many upsets. So many rounds. So many thrifties. Especially after those pistol rounds.
Yeah.
Again, just want to point it out. After a dominant first map, the adaptations from Ultralight and the collapse from Rendezvous really shows.
Yeah. And I said it going into this map as well. Eve going back onto that jet to instill the confidence in the minds of Ultralight. It worked too. Every time Eve is on that jet, they find really good value. I know on Lotus that's not what the narrative was, but Eve is definitely the difference maker for this squad. And going into the playoffs, that's something that teams need to watch out for with this upset. They know that Eve can keep the mental fortitude of that team on top when they're performing well like this.
Yeah, I have to agree. I think anyone in the bracket's not looking forward to seeing if Ultralight's in there. Again, Rendezvous, not looking forward to that Lotus. Still a great map from them.
I didn't like this comp, but they played it so well. The stall potential that they have in this fish on the post plants, on attack and defense is just so good. With the cove and the wall, it forces so many forward fights, you know, from the opposing team. So with this comp, you know, I'm seeing it, maybe they'll change it up going into the playoffs so teams don't counter-strat it too hard, but it's looking really good. I was not, you know, I was not familiar with your game, and for that I apologize, Ultralight, because wow, the solo harbor definitely worked.
Yeah. No one was ready for that.
And with that one, honestly, folks, what a good match. What a good series. And with that, we're done with today. A great series. And thank you so much, Fish, for joining me on the caster's desk. It's been an absolute pleasure to cast with you today, man. I appreciate you.